not sure if it will distract you or not. So I'm gonna ask you it.
Go ahead, ask your question, bud.
My question is, may we play Owen and Larry? Or that will distract you?
That'll probably distract that a little bit too much.
Oh. Okay. Then we won't.
That's okay.
Daddy?
Yeah, bud.
If you ever wanted I'm gonna mention it.
Go ahead, you can mention anything, bud.
And if you ever want to just cauliflowers by yourself and you want me to be really entertained but close to you,
Mm-hmm.
you could, if you ever really want that, you could.
I could. Go on, keep going.
Put on the cruise or something like that on the TV down here, and I could watch that.
Maybe someday, but you know Dad doesn't like you being entertained by television or screens.
I know. No, it's just mentioning it.
Too many people in this world feel like they need to be entertained by TV all the time, bud. And I don't think that that's really that healthy for you.
I don't think it is either.
You know, as you get older, you know why Dad spends so much time outdoors, hiking and fishing and hunting and all that?
Why?
Because I think that is the way that we were eventually meant to live. I don't think we were meant to be entertained by cell phones and screens and technology all the time. So if you ever notice, Dad tries to spend as much time outdoors as he can, because I think spending time outdoors is really, really a good thing for us. What do you think about that, huh?
Yeah, I agree with you. Oh, I agree with you, but I agree with that.
Well, and from what I've noticed, and I have spent some quality time outdoors, but I think it's in our DNA, bud, especially in yours. You know, and I'm sure Grandpa Lucero has talked with you about it, with our ancestors being Native American or American Indian. It is part of who we are to spend time outdoors. It's a part of us. We can't get rid of it. Nor do I believe we want to, if I'm being honest. Makes sense?
Use your fly again.
Thank you, bud. I'm going to show that one to the camera real quick.
And I'm gonna, can I look at him in the camera? I'm gonna look at him in the camera. Where is he? Oh, there he is.
Right there. That's
yep,
the finished product.
I see him.
Yep, you do.
But I do. You may not. Ooh. Did you get that at Jack's today?
I did get this at Jack's today.
I thought you did. And can I look in one of your fly time drawers to see what materials?
You can.
Thank you.
Why don't you look, yeah, you can look right there. That's fine.
That's the toy store I'm going for. This is the toy I was going. So look at different things. Cool. You've got some cool things here.
Well, Dad tries, bud, to stay fairly stocked. Because what does Dad like to do? What's important to Dad?
Fish.
Fish.
And if you want a fish, you can eat something to fish with. And some flies are a thing to fish with. Ooh. You acting cool, Daddy. Whatever you're tying is looking cool.
Yeah? Good. Because the important thing about this is this material is kind of hard to deal with at times, so you want to comb it out. And you'll take that comb and you'll just brush and brush
And brush.
and brush.
And brush and brush my hair.
Because it really will get all of those fibers out of there, and it kind of blends them together. So rather than it just being gold on one side and white on the other, does it look gold and white together now? Kind of brushed in there. So that's kind of the goal that Dad's looking for. Is he wants this to look really, really cool.
Daddy?
And then hang on just one sec, little love. So we want a little bit of a taper to this fly. So instead of trying to just cut it straight off, we're going to try and cut a little bit of a taper towards the end there. So you got that little bit, and we'll just toss that piece in the trash there. And we'll kind of taper this end out a little bit right here.
I have a question.
You can have questions. Daddy will try to answer them the best he can.
Why do you use fly material? You use so much that you throw away some when you could just use the amount you need to use.
You know, that is a brilliant thought. But somebody's got to keep all of our fly shops in business. And by Daddy buying a lot of fly tying materials, he keeps them in business. And also, because sometimes some of that material is just a little bit of waste material, meaning that when Daddy pulled all of it out with the comb, that was really just extra material. And there wasn't really a big way to save that material. And so Dad tries to do as good of a job as he can with making sure that that material is not wasted when he can, because sometimes it's expensive, isn't it? To have to use all of the tying materials.
Daddy. It looks nice in here.
Well, I'm glad that you like it in here, bud, because someday the hope when Ian gets older is that if Daddy is really, really lucky, and if Ian really wants it, he can spend some time in here, not only tying with Daddy, but watching fishing videos and hunting videos. Someday it would be really, really cool. It's just a thought. If Ian and Dad go hunting together and go fishing together over time, and maybe we'll even create some videos. That way, whenever Dad is older and whenever Ian is older, we can go back and watch some of those videos and remember those memories. Because I think it's really important to have good quality memories of us not only talking and hanging out together, but also doing fun things.
Daddy?
Yeah.
I also had a thought.
Well, I love hearing your thoughts. Tell me.
Maybe when Mom and you get a little bit old, this may become my own little fly tying room.
You know, there is a good possibility that that might happen, little love. Something that Dad has always been very excited about is making sure that you have a passion that you love. And Daddy's passion is kind of fly tying and fly fishing. Dad does a little bit of hunting, but not as much hunting as he does fishing. So the goal is that someday, if Ian really loves something, that he will be able to do all of those things that he loves.
And Daddy?
Yeah, bud.
Perfect. One of my new sight words is could. So
One of your new sight words
is could.
Mm-hmm.
So can you say something with could in it? Tell me something to do, and you're gonna see my reaction. Okay?
Well, someday, could Ian go fishing with Dad?
Of course, Daddy, babe.
You are cute. And you know what's adorable? Is that you've been using that more recently. I think the fact that...
Isn't it crazy? I was like, I can't find babe.
Yeah, when you were a kid, when you were a baby, you would, instead of saying Dad, you would say Daddy, babe, because you know why? Mom called Dad babe.
So I called you Daddy, babe.
Yeah, so I think you, when you were little, thought that was part of Dad's name. And so instead of just saying Dad, you would say Daddy, babe, because you thought that was Dad's whole name. And Mom loved it, and Dad thought it was adorable. So we just kind of stayed attached to it, and it stuck around. And now we look back at it and we laugh because it's a funny memory to have.
Hi, babe.
Hi, cutie.
Did you notice what is different than it does, Dad? Babe, I said babe.
Yeah, you did say babe.
John and I once said, I was coming up and I was looking all around for you. I was talking to the grown-ups. I was like, I can't find babe.
Nope.
That's what I said.
Can't find babe.
Yeah. Why is that material all of a sudden spinning?
Because Dad's intentionally spinning it up with his dubbing spinner, and then watch what Dad's going to do.
What?
Do you see how Dad is pulling out some of those fibers? What that'll do is that will actually allow this fly to have what looks like an underbody. So this material that Dad is trying to pull out from this fly is actually going to look like the underbody of a fish. So you see how it's kind of got, you know how sometimes fish have like a silverish white looking belly? Yeah, so this is supposed to imitate a fish that kind of has that silverish white looking belly.
And then I say, ooh.
That's right.
And Daddy?
Yeah, bud. Now we just wrap it there.
Sometime, do you think we should go back to Secret Chicken Spot?
Oh man, you know what, bud? Today was a prime example. We could have done that and I spaced it out. Maybe today wasn't actually the best day for it though, because we had just eaten breakfast before we went over to the new fly shop. Which, what did you think of the new fly shop? I want your kind of honest opinion of it.
I liked it. It looked decent, but it didn't have the things I think you wanted.
Yeah, you know what? It was a good fly shop to have if you need maybe like a fly fishing rod or something like that. I think that it was a good place to have that there. But I was a little bummed that it didn't have a lot of fly tying materials the way that Dad had kind of hoped. Dad thought that just maybe there would be a lot of fly tying materials since his buddy Steve ties a lot of flies and that he just started working there. So Dad wasn't sure what to expect, but it seems like a pretty good spot.
Yeah, to me it seems pretty decent.
So you see how Dad's kind of pulling out all those fibers?
Yeah. Yeah. I do recognize something.
Because I'm pulling these all forward so that it kind of really gets all of that fiber that's been wrapped down on each other. And then after Dad pulls out all of this fiber, you're going to see something kind of cool happen. So now Dad's going to right them back. Probably not necessary, but Dad's going to add just a little bit more of that underbelly.
Yeah, do it.
Just because I think it could be really beneficial. Just to go a little further up toward the head of that fly.
Yeah. And I think the fly stuff is a nice place. You could really, it's really cool, but it's a good place. There's not as many flies like that, but I do it more easily. Daddy? I'm gonna go check to see if Mom is done with herself.
It's okay, and you can do that. If you also want, you can play downstairs for a little bit, just independently, if Mom is still showering. That way she doesn't feel like she has to be worried.
I'll come back and with you.
Sounds great. Love you, bud.
Love you.
Silver spoon, golden hoops, I miss on the church. She comes from Bob Clark, down out there with dirt road into the dirt. Oh, that was fast. What was that, Ian? Ian, what was that?
A chair.
Fix it. Don't be knocking stuff over.
I didn't mean it.
I know you didn't mean it, but you have to be aware of your body. That's how accidents happen, is when you don't know where you are.
Dad, mistakes help you grow.
You're right, mistakes do help you grow, bud. Sometimes it's really hard to even try and argue whenever Ian is so smart. You take after Mom in a lot of ways, you know that? It's not a bad thing.
Okay. I'm gonna go get my other 2 metros.
You go for it, bud.
These are my 3 fish metros. My 2 non-holistics and the one you bought me. It was very sweet.
Well, Dad does sometimes like to treat Ian. Ian has been a trooper lately. He was really this morning, I don't think you were just good, but I think you were great for Dad. I think spending that time together has always helped Dad. especially whenever Dad is feeling like he has been a little stressed from work or too busy. Sometimes just hanging out, spending time with Ian really helps Dad to just recognize how important it is for him to take care of you and Mom. What does Ian think of that? Yeah. And now I got some gonna hide out there with church. Let's find a good size one. There we go. That's big enough. You know, I appreciate you hanging out down here.
You're welcome. I can't turn it down. I wanted company.
You did want company.
So this was my one way to get company.
That's true.
I mean, Mom, because it's so hot in there, so I got one way to be cool and have company. The time is to be with the baby. The reason it took so sort of time was I only ended up having to go to the stair a couple steps up the staircase to hear the shower, so that's why it took so sort of time. I'm gonna go check, okay, Dad?
You can go check.
And expect for me to be back, but do know there's a possibility of me not being back.
Yeah, bud. Okay. Not as long as I'd like it, but I think it'll do. Really need to lock that thing in there better. That's a lot of fluff. Out to concrete to later. Perfect. It actually looked like it worked out well.